So we are live on Zoom, YouTube also.
Okay.
So we are live on Zoom, YouTube also.
Okay.
So we are live on Zoom, YouTube also.
Okay.
ये बार-बार रिपीट हो रही है
और रिपीट नहीं, एक्चुअली मेरा बैकग्राउंड में वो चल रहा था ना YouTube.
अच्छा
तो it was reoccurring again and again क्योंकि अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ ना.
ओके ओके
So
अभी तो तैयार भी नहीं हुआ ये
welcome all the participants. So at this point of time, we have almost touching 1,000 participants for this webinar on admission criteria 2020, mainly convened by Professor S.S. Bhatia and Professor Ajay Batish. Professor Ajay Batish is Deputy Director with Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, and Professor S.S. Bhatia is Dean Academic Affairs. And we have on the panel almost all the head of the departments. Few are yet to join. So we have Head Biotechnology, Professor M.S. Reddy, Professor Alpana Agarwal. She is heading Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. Professor Bunia, he is head of Chemical Engineering Department. And myself, Maninder Singh, I am Professor and Head Computer Science and Engineering Department. So welcome all the participants. So we know there are many questions from your side, but initially we want to introduce our institute to all of you, and also for the participants who are not able to join, we are live on YouTube. So our YouTube channel is available at Thapar official channel. You can just go to Google and type Thapar University official channel, and on the chat also we have given this URL. You click on that, you will be able to watch it live on YouTube. So without taking much time, so we have our moderator, Mr. Dipto Burman. He is faculty in Computer Science Engineering Department. So he is also here to help us in moderating the question answers. So Professor Batish, you can start, please.
Thank you, Professor Maninder Singh. Good evening, parents and applicants to Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. I'll be the first speaker in this webinar for the next 15 to 20 minutes, giving you a brief overview of the university before I hand over to Professor S.S. Bhatia, who is the Dean of Academic Affairs and also the Chairman of the Admission Committee. He will tell you more about the admissions to the BE and BTech engineering programs. Right? So this is a little bit of a history of Thapar Institute and where we are today. So if you look at this, the first slide here, like we started in 1956. The institution was started by late Lala Karamchand Thapar, who the Thapar family is still a very major industrialist family of the country, very respected. And in 1956, they were invited by the then government of Punjab to set up a campus in Patiala. So this started as a public-private partnership in 1956 with 3 branches in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. And we were initially affiliated to Punjab University, and then thereafter another university came up in the city itself called Punjabi University. So in 1985, the next milestone event happened was the time when the institution gained autonomy and became a deemed university by an act of parliament. This was a coveted status at that point in time, was given to a select few institutions, those who have excelled in academics and research. So we got this status. We were the second or the third institution in the country to get this status. It granted us autonomy, and slowly and steadily we built the university thereafter. One of the key things which a university is supposed to do is to not only disseminate knowledge, but also to create knowledge. And the creation of knowledge has been the hallmark of the university in the last 20-25 years. Our research profile has now gained a lot of traction all across the world. We remained an engineering-focused university primarily for the first several decades of our existence. It's only in 2007 we started a management program in Patiala, which is called, in the name of son of Mr. Karamchand Thapar. That one is called as LMT, or Lalit Mohan Thapar School of Management. It started in Patiala, and then it was moved to an off-campus which we had set up in Dera Bassi. Dera Bassi is about half an hour away from Chandigarh, just about half an hour from Chandigarh airport. And that campus started our management programs. Subsequently, in the same campus, we now also offer a computer science undergraduate program in a 2+2 mode, which means suppose some of you get selected for that program, you will spend 2 years in Dera Bassi, so from 2020 to 2022, and then you will come for the remaining 3rd and 4th year of your program to Patiala, and you will graduate from Patiala. So it's a 2+2 program running out of that campus. 2015 was another milestone year for us when we actually majorly started to contemporize and modernize our university. We had invested heavily into machinery, equipment, and facilities over the last 5 decades or so, but most of this equipment required modernization because obsolescence has set in. A lot of new equipment had come in. A lot of data acquisition devices were now needed in the equipment, and we then started to put in 100 crore of rupees in undergraduate teaching labs to modernize them completely. This was also the time when we went for a US accreditation of our programs, and a major investment went into the laboratories to completely modernize them. So today we can very proudly tell you that out of the 130 plus labs that we have, and 100 plus of them are undergraduate labs. They are completely modern. They have the best equipment in place, which we'll find in the top university anywhere in the world. Along with this, we also built physical infrastructure. So the kind of infrastructure that we have built in the last 4 years is something which we are very proud of. And towards the end of this presentation, I will show you a very brief video of some such facilities. So 16 to 19 was a major lab modernization phase for us. And once we had modernized our labs, we decided to set up 6 state-of-the-art research centers. I'll talk about briefly about these research centers in this presentation. We have now close to 30,000 plus alumni serving across several countries across the world. Many of our alumni are sitting at top positions in bureaucracy, in corporate world, and everywhere we go around, right? So really, really, really proud of what we have been able to achieve in the last 64 or 65 years. As far as our rankings and accreditations go, I'll first talk about accreditation. You look at the right-hand side of the slide, you will see that we are an A+ graded university by National Assessment and Accreditation Council of Government of India, which is this kind of a status is awarded to select few universities in the country. So it's a coveted status for us. And this is now, we got this in 2019 and is valid until 2024 when we will reapply and hope to go to even the next level. Many of our existing engineering programs are also accredited by National Board of Accreditation, which is called NBA. The difference between the two accreditations is the top one A+ accreditation is for the university. The NBA accreditation is for the program. So like for computer engineering program is NBA accredited, mechanical is NBA accredited, and so on and so forth. Similarly, at the bottom, you would see another accreditation, which is called ABET. ABET is a US accreditation of our engineering programs. All our old eligible engineering programs are also accredited by a US accreditation body called ABET, which means if some of you decide to go to the US for your further studies or for job opportunities, this will serve you very well because this will allow you a seamless transfer into any US university for higher education. If you come to the left-hand side of the slide, it shows some of the rankings that we have been able to achieve. The top one is the Times Higher Education World Rankings, where we are listed in the 601 to 800 in the world category. Now, you might say 600 and 800 is what is there to be so proud of? But if I tell you that with this, we are in the top 10 in the country, that is something which we can really be very proud of. Our computer science program is ranked between 301 to 400 in the whole world. If you look at the Asia rankings of Times Higher Education, we are ranked 156th as an institution. And if you, the recently announced, last month they were announced the National Institutional Ranking Framework, which is the Government of India ranking, we were ranked 29th amongst all engineering colleges. And mind it, there are 3,500 plus engineering colleges in India. You were ranked 29th in the country. And see, this number has been moving a little up and down between 20 and 25 and 27 last 4 or 5 years. But with a little bit of an effort on perception and things of those kinds, we hope to break into top 15 in the next 2-3 years. We are ranked number 3 amongst all private colleges in India. The only 2 other institutions above us is VIT and Amrita. Everybody else is below us. We are ranked 8th on employer reputation in India and 20th in research output in India. Now, these are some rankings and accreditations which the university has achieved in the last few years. We have 450 plus faculty on campus who are trained to give you an outcome-based teaching, which I will talk to you about a little bit. Our campus is vast. You will see a little video of it. 250 acres, very green campus. And I just mentioned to you, we spent 600 crores building this campus almost all over again in the last 5 years. On the research front, we are, as I just mentioned to you, ranked 20th in the country in terms of research output. Our faculty has published 7,000 plus publications in Scopus, which is a listing of the journals, the top journals in the world. If you look at our international outlook, I'll talk about it a little bit more. We have 10 multi-level collaborations where students can go for research or for joint studies or for semester exchanges or for degree abroad programs. And as far as student selection is concerned, we are a top preferred institution for the high-ranking students, and our current student strength is about 10,000 plus, which includes both all the undergraduate, postgraduate, and the doctoral programs. Just to give you a glimpse of how the last 2 years has been for you, for many of you, in fact, I'm not saying everyone, but many of you, the last 2 years have been, you have been preparing for JEE, you have been preparing for your 10+2, go to school or to go to the tuition, did a lot of homework, a lot of study hard. So all those things have kept you very busy. And in the process, you missed out on sports, games, music, play. You have missed everything to get to this stage where you can now ready to go into a top engineering institution in the country. Until now, many courses were rote learning and very prescriptive. The classroom teaching was very standard textbookish. In the exams, the main challenge was to remember formulas and do a lot of calculations. And for you, the teacher was like a sage on the stage who knew everything, and that's the guy you went to if you had a problem. So what will happen when you come to Thapar? We will actually bring in a paradigm shift to the way we impart our education. Getting into Thapar Institute, the education that you will experience would be project-led. I will describe it a little bit more. It will be experiential. That means unless you do things with hand, you will never really understand how it works. Many of you have been going to your schools, but rarely visited a laboratory, right? So unless you do things with your hand, what is the learning taking place? You probably had some rote learning. So our education is very experiential. It is outcome-based. So every program, every course has some outcomes listed on it, which are measured and are told to the students that this is what you will acquire by taking this particular course. It is self-directed. That means we are not spoon feeding you. We will, assist you in getting top education. It is research inspired. As I just mentioned to you, all our faculty is very research active. So we encourage them to take their research to the classroom and inspire the students towards innovation and research. Our education is also very entrepreneurial. I'll talk a little bit about it later in the subsequent slides. So I just mentioned to you about the project-led education. Here is an example of what kind of project-led education we impart. What you see here is the projects which almost all students do. I counted that all our students do close to 9 or 10 projects minimum during their 4 years of study. And this also includes the 6 months of internship in industry. So in 7 semesters, you do about 8 projects, including a capstone project at the end of the, in the last semester of your study. In 2018, we also had set up a experiential education center. As I just mentioned to you, unless you do something with your own hand, that learning is not lifelong, right? You will probably remember a few things from your books, but you will soon forget it if you don't practice them. So what we actually do is, in every semester, we have kept some activities which students do with their own hands so that the learning is lifelong. It starts with very basic exercises in the first semester. Like, for example, in a mechanical engineering program, if you're a mechanical engineering student, we will give you an engine and we'll ask you to rip it apart. We'll tell you how to open it up. We'll tell you, and in the process, you will learn the design, parameters, or all the, parts that go into an engine. Right? You may not know how to design them, but you know what is the function of each one of them. So we start building your vocabulary of design. Like when you were a little child, you built your vocabulary on a daily basis by learning a few words. In the experiential education program, we start building your engineering vocabulary in the discipline you are working in. So semester after semester, you keep doing certain activities which builds your vocabulary. You are able to do things with your own hands and build a live project or a product which you can be very, very proud of. These are some of the pictures that you see in this slide, which students have been doing in various programs. There is a car transmission dissection. There is a bicycle dissection in the very first semester. There's a robotics activity. You can build heat exchanger. You can make a car model with bond graphs, e-jeeps, and things of those kinds. More activities of motor winding, IoT-based systems, inverters, home electrification, pilots for radio, power supply. Now, these are all the activities which students do during the 4 years of their study. There are some more examples. In civil engineering, like you can see this case, students have built a canoe, which is a concrete boat, which they are now actually trying to float in the pool right in front of the college campus. Just to give you, I talked about the 6 centers of excellence. Many of you will probably want to work in these areas, which are now the niche areas of working. So animation and gaming, smart cities, big data, advanced manufacturing, materials, and food security. We have set up these 6 centers of excellence, and each center is being headed by a chair professor from a top university in the world. Just to give you an example, like you see in this picture, our material center is being led by Professor Roop Mahajan, who's the topmost professor in Virginia Tech, US. He's a Bell Lab fellow and is a very accomplished professor. We have given him money to run several projects on campus. At this point in time, 16 projects are running under Professor Mahajan's mentorship. About 30 faculty, another 30 to 40 students are involved in building different kinds of research projects under this center. Similarly, for another example would be this center, which is called the Food Security Center, which is run by an electronics professor from Tel Aviv University. As you can see in picture is Professor Yossi Shacham. Now, he is running 5 projects at this point in time. One of them is called as Digital Villages, the one right at the bottom, which is actually a combination of computer science, electronics, biotechnology, and areas of those kinds. So a lot of professors and students get involved into these projects. Same way we have now started the Advanced Manufacturing Center. We will have the Data Sciences Center, and we will have Animation Gaming Center and the Smart City Center. Why I'm trying to tell you all this is, this actually means the faculty remains research active, and you get an opportunity to work with such faculty and build your research profiles if you wanted to go and study abroad in a top university in the world. We also have an entrepreneurship center on the campus, and this place is called the Venture Lab. And in the Venture Lab, we invite students to set up their own ventures. Those who have entrepreneurial ideas can come and make a submission to the venture lab committee, and they are given then some seed money to set up their own companies. What you see in the last 4 years, see how many companies have been set up on campus at Patiala. So if you have a great idea, don't hesitate, go to this committee, pitch your idea, and if your idea is accepted, Thapar University through a project would fund you for running that company. We will also give you space, we'll also give you money, we'll also give you infrastructure to use. We have, I said there were 10 partner multifaceted collaborations, but some of them are listed here. Tel Aviv University, Trinity College Dublin, University of Leeds, Virginia Tech, University of Toledo, University of Groningen, University of Queensland, University of New South Wales. We have also added Monash University now to this list. On all these universities, that you have there is a proposal by which students can actually go and study there for either one semester or for a summer. They can also go and do part of their degree program there. And of course, we have a lot of research relationships where students can do an internship there, or they can work with a professor from that university and things of those kinds. These are institutional-wide relationships. They are not specific professor to professor. So you can actually take benefit of these relationships and build your career in higher education or anything or research which you might want to do with these universities. I just mentioned to you, these are some of the new facilities that we have built in the recent past. There's a lot of new construction, there's a lot of refurbishment. These are the hostels where you might be staying, right? These are the learning centers, which means there's a new lecture hall complex, a new library, and a new computer science building. All this has come up in the recent past. This is the lecture halls you will go into and sit in. Very, very modern with ultra modern audio visual facilities, centrally air conditioned lecture halls that we have built. These are some of the sports facilities here, state of the art, a very large campus. Any facility for sports that you might want to play, you will probably get that facility on campus, right? So you can see more of these. I have a very brief video which I'm going to run. This just to mention to you before I play this. This is made by second year students, those who joined us last year, and they made it for you, especially for you guys, right? So just next 2-3 minutes, just pay attention to this video.
Welcome to Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, the hub of living and learning. Founded in 1956, with a campus spread across 250 acres, we cater to ingenious minds around the globe. The Central Library of Thapar provides around-the-clock facility to utilize time between lectures to study and conduct discussions. Thapar has well-equipped labs and classrooms giving students the right environment to study and concentrate. Gymnasium, swimming pool, and the synthetic tracks make sure that students not only study but also stay fit and active.
Besides the lustrous campus, Thapar is a place that gives the students a culture to express themselves with utmost dignity and exposes them to various opportunities, helping them nurture their pre-existing skills as well as acquire the ones needed in the professional world. With over 50 plus societies like Frosh, ISIC, Toastmasters, and various college fests like the Frosh Week, Saturnalia, Thapar provides an environment where academics and extracurricular activities go hand in hand.
The convenience of students and an exposure to the best facilities has always been our primary concern. Therefore, Thapar has been expanding ever since its construction. Thapar has multiple blocks in which the regular classes are conducted, and newly constructed lecture halls, computer science block, main building, etc., which are based on modern architecture as well as well equipped with the latest technology in order to provide better quality of education. Along with this, there are food joints in every nook and corner of the campus to satisfy the craving of hunger. We are proud to inform that Thapar has been accredited as A+ grade by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council and holds the 29th ranking according to the NIRF survey. As we move ahead, we look forward in making this learning environment even more dynamic and practical. We assure you greater opportunities and specially designed programs to meet the needs of the market. and thus ensure a brighter future ahead of you.
The Frosh team has played a key role in carrying out the orientation and admission procedures at Thapar. And this year, Frosh aims at transcending all limits and warmly welcomes the batch of 2024.
Okay. So just the last slide here. Of course, you must be wondering, I showed you all this, and we definitely want to look forward to see you on campus very soon. But the reality at the moment is that there is a pandemic across the world. And like every other university, we have also prepared ourselves to run our classes online at this point in time, right? So when our classes begin from 7th of September, they will start online, but our core values state that we believe in a face-to-face education, or if, so we will want to have you on campus as soon as situation is conducive to run classes in a face-to-face mode with the social distancing and following all the governmental norms which are necessary to be to be followed. So with this, I'm not going to pass on to Professor S.S. Bhatia. He will come to the more real situation of how the admissions process is going to take place. So I'm going to pass on the presentation to him. Thank you very much. I'll remain available for any question and answer later towards this session. Thank you. I'm just going to share another screen. Can you see the screen, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Just one second. So, to Professor Bhatia.
Yeah, good evening, parents and the students, applicants to the Thapar Institute. I'm Dr. S.S. Bhatia. I'm professor in mathematics and Dean of Academic Affairs, Thapar Institute, Patiala. So I'll be telling you about the admission process, which we shall be following at Thapar Institute for the batch of 2024, that is those who will be getting admissions this year. And first, I'll be telling you why you are choosing TIIT. Of course, Dr. Ajay Bates, who is Deputy Director over here and Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, he has highlighted about Thapar Institute. So we have an excellent academic profile of faculty. About 95% of the faculty at Thapar Institute is a PhD. And we are having outcome-based learning pedagogy, and project-based and research-led teaching is imparted to the students who are studying over here. And there's a mandatory industry exposure through project semester. You know, every student will undergo a project semester in the industry. So whether it is computer science students or any branch he belongs to, so he will have to undergo a project semester in the industry. So this is either in the 7th semester or the 8th semester of their program. So we have a rigorous academic discipline that we issue an academic calendar right in the beginning of the semester, and we follow this academic calendar religiously. Unless or there are some emergency situation, only then we have change in this, we make some changes in this academic calendar, otherwise we don't touch it. So this is a religious document for us. So we have a flexibility to mold our academic curriculum as per industry needs. So we have in every department, in every school, we have bodies which undergo a change in the academic curriculum as per the needs of the industry. And we have strong international collaborations. We will be coming to that slides later. So first, I'll be letting you know that these are the various programs which Thapar Institute at this moment of time offers for the students who wants to take admissions at Thapar Institute. That is BE and BTech program, dual degree B MBA program. This is a 5-year integrated program in which we give dual degree. 2 degrees are given to the students. One is of MBA, one is of professional BE degree. And we are offering the lateral entry program also. In 2nd year, we admit students on the basis of their marks in diploma. We have started this year only. We have started a liberal arts program in BA, BSc, and BBA honors program. I'll be coming to this also. And apart from these undergraduate programs, we are offering master's program in engineering and technology. We are offering MCA 2 years program, and we are offering MSc in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and environment science, and we are offering MA in psychology, and of course, lastly, PhD program. So these are the academic programs which we are offering in biotechnology, biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, computer science and engineering at Patiala campus. As Ajay Batish has told you, that we are running computer science and engineering at our off campus at Derabasi, which is around 35 kilometers away from Chandigarh Airport. So then we have computer science and business system. This program is, we have an MOU signed with TCS, and this is TCS sponsored program, that is computer science and business systems. We have civil engineering. Apart from this, we are offering electrical engineering and electrical and computers engineering. This program we have started this year, and we have got the approval from AICTE also for this program. So this is a hybrid program of electrical and computers engineering. We are offering electronics, instrumentation and control engineering, electronics and computers. Again, there's one more hybrid program, which is electronics and computers. And then we have electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, which is an age-old program. Our civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. I will let you know that in 1956, when Thapar Institute started, we started with these three programs, that is civil, electrical, and mechanical engineering program. So this program, mechanical, civil, and electrical, they are running since 1956. So mechatronics, this is again, you see, a hybrid program, which hybrids electronics and mechanical engineering program. And lastly, we are offering mechanical production engineering. So I may let you know that this BE computer science engineering program, which we are offering in Derabasi campus, this will be a 2+2 program. 2+2 will mean that the first 2 year students will complete his program at Derabasi, and in the year 3 and year 4, they will come over here at Patiala campus, and they will merge into the computer science and engineering at Patiala campus students, right? So this is about all the academic programs in the undergraduate program which we are offering. So this year, you see, in general, we admit students on the basis of JEE Mains marks, JEE Mains percentile. But you know, this year, due to this pandemic, COVID-19, JEE Mains program, JEE Mains examination could not be held well in time. So we know that government has announced that they will be conducting this test during September 1 to 6, but we never know what will happen due to this pandemic situation. Uncertainty is there, we don't know. So our board of governors, they took a decision that this year we shall be admitting students on the basis of 10+2 marks in their physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So this is the changed criteria for this year only. So due to this COVID-19 situation, otherwise we were earlier admitting 70% seats on the basis of JEE Mains, and 30% seats we were admitting on the basis of 10+2. But due to this COVID-19, I told you earlier that due to this situation, we have changed our criteria, that all the seats we shall be filling on the basis of 10+2 marks only. So the condition will be that in 10+2, the student applicant must have at least 70% marks. And in case of reserve category, SC, ST, they should have 65% marks in aggregate of 3 subjects, namely physics, mathematics is compulsory to be included. Physics and mathematics compulsory to be included. They are mandatory, and any one subject out of chemistry, biology, biotechnology, and technical vocational subject. So you can choose the 3rd subject while making the 70% condition of eligibility to apply at Thapar Institute. You can take any one of the chemistry, biology, biotechnology, or technical vocational subject. So admission will be based on made on the percentage of the marks scored in 10+2 or equivalent examination in aggregate of the 3 subjects. Namely, I told you that the 3 subjects should be physics and mathematics mandatory, and any one subject out of chemistry. So you must have, first of all, to apply at Thapar Institute, you must have 70% marks in the 3 subjects, physics, mathematics, and any one subject out of chemistry, biology, biotechnology, and or it should be or a technical vocational subject. So I will let you know that what are those technical vocational subjects being approved by Thapar Institute. So we are telling you that desirable for us is that you must have appeared in JEE Mains 2020. So this is desirable, not mandatory condition, but desirable is that you must have appeared in JEE Mains 2020. Then these are I told you that these are the vocational subjects which Thapar Institute accepts: biotechnology, computer science, information practices, multimedia and web technologies, engineering graphics, information storage and retrieval, electronics, business studies, electrical maintenance, general civil engineering, mechanical maintenance, and agriculture. So, my dear students, we shall be accepting only these technical vocational subjects to replace your chemistry. As I told you earlier also, that you can replace your chemistry by any one of the technical vocational subjects. You can replace chemistry by biology or by biotechnology or by any of these subjects which are technical vocational subjects being offered by AICT, being offered by CBSE, and approved by Board of Governors of Thapar Institute. So only these subjects will be entertained for replacing chemistry for making the admissions. So please note this. So now you see there may be a ties in the marks of 10+2 also. That students may be at 95.33 and other may also be at 95.33, and how we shall be breaking the ties. And so this is the process that we shall be first breaking the overall tie by taking into account the overall percentile score of JEE Mains January 2020. Please note it that the tie will be broken by the percentile score of JEE Mains 2020, January 2020. And in case the tie at percentile is same, then the same will be broken by another order. Then we shall take the student having higher percentile score in mathematics will be then taken, then will be given the preference. Then if they are also same, then candidates obtaining higher percentile in physics and then in chemistry. And if none is there, then the candidates with higher marks in English at 10+2 will be considered. Even if it is there, then the candidates older in age will be preferred as higher in ranking than the others. So this is how we shall be breaking the tie in case the marks in 10+2, they are tied one with the students. So this is the total number of seats. I am telling you that in each of the program, that is in B.Tech, we shall be offering around 2,335 number of seats, and dual degree B MBA program, we shall be offering 60 seats, and B lateral engineering, it is 240 seats, and liberal arts honors program in BA, BSc, and BBA, it will be 60 in total. 60 in total. So these are the detailed bifurcations of all those 2,335, 2,395 seats. You see 2,335 is this and 60 is B MBA. So it makes 2,395 number of seats. So this is the breakup that how we shall be admitting in the different branches. That is in biomedical engineering 60 seats, biotechnology 60, chemical engineering 60, civil engineering there are 120 seats, computer engineering there are 750 seats, computer science and engineering at Patiala campus we have 180 seats, computer science and engineering at Derabasi campus we have 120 seats, computer science and business system, I told you that this is a program in which we have tie up with TCS. This is 60 seats, electrical engineering 120, electrical and computer engineering. I told you this program we have started this year only. This is having 60 seats, electronics and communication engineering. This is an age-old program. It has 210 seats, electronics and computers engineering 180 seats. 2 batches of this electronics and computer engineering, they have already graduated from Thapar Institute. Then electronics, instrumentation and control engineering is also an age-old program, 100 seats. Mechanical engineering, again from 1956, we are offering this program. It is 225 seats. Mechanical production, 30 seats, and mechatronics, we have 60 seats and making it to be 2395 total number of seats, which we shall be offering to the students who will be applying at Thapar Institute. So these are the two. I told you we are offering 5-year integrated BE MBA program, dual degree program. But you see, there's no exit program. It is not there that after the completion of your engineering part, you can take the exit. So it is 5-year integrated. So we shall be offering these programs in the Electronics and Communication Engineering MBA program and Mechanical Engineering MBA program. So these are the two programs in which we are offering two dual degrees in MBA and engineering programs. So we shall be basically offering 30 seats in each, right? In Electronics and Communication Engineering MBA and Mechanical Engineering MBA. So this is, please take care that this is the last date to apply to Thapar Institute is July 31st, 2020. And first round of online counseling will be on August 5. You see what we shall be doing. We shall be displaying a list of successful candidates who have been successful in getting a seat in respective branches, which I told you earlier, that on August 5, 2020, we shall be displaying on our website the list of the successful candidates who have made it to the different branches, right? And once if there is your name appears in a branch, then you are accordingly told you are to pay the fee by August 10, 2020. Then second round of counseling will be August 14, 2020. I may let you know at this point of time. Please note this is an important point. Those who will not be depositing the fee by August 10, their names will not be considered for the second round of online counseling or third round of online counseling. So it is necessary that if you want to upgrade your branch in the next rounds of counseling, you need to deposit the fee by August 10. Those who will be whose name will be appearing in the first round of counseling. So second round of online counseling will be August 14. Again, repeating that those who will not be depositing the fee by August 10, their name will not be considered for the second round of online counseling for upgradation of the branch. So when you deposit the fee in the first round, please keep your branches floating in the floating manner. Don't freeze them if you want to upgrade the branch. Suppose a student gets electrical in the first round, but he wants to have a computer engineering, then he will have to keep his branch as a floating one, and he will have to deposit the fee. Only then he'll be considered in the second round of counseling, and he will be able to get promoted to the higher branch in that situation. So in the second round, fee is to be deposited by August 20. In the third round of online counseling, your list will appear on August 24, 2020. So these lists will come on our Thapar Institute website, and accordingly, you will have to check into our website. So fee to be deposited by August 28, 2020 for the third round of online counseling. So this is the procedure that how we shall be offering you the admissions. Those who will be applying by the date, that is cutoff date is July 31st, 2020. And these are the respective dates of the first and second and third round of online counseling. So, so there may be a chance that we may have vacant seats after the third round of counseling. So in admissions for the vacant seats in the subsequent rounds of counseling will be done on the basis of JEE Main, because we are expecting that hopefully that during 1st to 6th September, we may have the JEE Mains examination to be there, and the subsequent rounds of counseling, if there are some vacant seats, so those seats will be filled up on the basis of JEE Mains 2020 rank whenever the result of JEE Mains 2020 is declared. But in case that result is not available by the end of the third round of counseling, or there may be chance that government may defer the examination of the JEE Mains 2020. In that situation, the next round of counseling, we may follow the same criteria as in the first three rounds. So we are writing the tentative date of last round of counseling. We are keeping September 15, 2020. depending upon the situation that whether this JEE Mains examination holds over there or not. So if JEE Mains examination is not there, then last round of counseling we shall have on by September 15, 2020. And in case if after this final round also, in case there are some vacant seats also, and that information regarding that further rounds of counseling, if there are to be there, then those rounds shall be intimated on our website. Candidates, you are advised to visit our website frequently for any updates. So please note that tentative dates for the last round of counseling, tentative date is September 15, depending upon the exam. If exam is not there, then we shall do the last round of counseling on September 15. And even then, if some seats are still vacant, then we may announce some rounds of counseling, and this will be intimated on the institute website. So after this, once this is there, then we shall start the orientation program from August 31st to September 4. In orientation program, so all our heads of the department, all our deans, deputy director, and our worthy director, they will have the presentations for us, for you people, those who have taken admissions at Thapar institution, and we will show you through this through online Zoom, all the labs. We shall take over to you to the library and other places. And after this orientation is over by the September 4, then the classes will start from September 7. Of course, in this pandemic situation, we are hoping that the classes will be held in the online mode, and they will start from 7th of September. I may let you know that for the classes for the year 2nd and year 3 and year 4, they have already started with effect from July 20 through the online mode. So September 7 is the cutoff date for start of the classes in the online mode. So this is the fee which is payable once if you get the admission in the first round of counseling. If you get the admission, then this 23,000 will be one-time fee you are to pay. And in the other programs like in computer science and engineering, computer science and business system, you are to pay the fee at 184,200. So 184,200 is the semester wise fees, and apart from this semester fee, you are to pay 23,000 fee also, which is a one-time fee. So out of this 23,000, you see 13,000 is the admission fee and 10,000 is the institute security. And if you have branch of electronics, communication, electronics, computer, mechanical engineering, then you are to pay 170,500 rupees, and in other branches it will be 159,900 rupees, apart from 23,000 in addition to that. So this is a fee which is to be payable. Once I told you very much clearly that if in the first round of admission, if first round of list, if you get admission in any branch, and if you don't deposit the fee, then you will not be considered for the second and the third round. So please note it. This is an important point. So once the students get admitted over here, they study over here for a year, for 2 years. Then after 2 years, in most of our programs, we give some specializations also. We give some focused electives also. Like students who get admissions in computer engineering, we are offering 7 specialized electives in that program. So like high performance computing, computer animation and gaming, data science, information and cybersecurity, DevOps and continuous delivery, financial derivatives, mathematics and computing. So students on the basis of CGPA earned after 2 years, so they are offered these focused electives. So with effect from 3rd year, student can have out of these 7 electives, he can choose one. But of course he can choose. We shall ask priorities from you people, and on the basis of your CGPA, we shall offer these focused electives from the year 3. Like in chemical engineering, we have these focused electives in petroleum engineering, energy and materials. And in electrical engineering, we offer data analytics, real-time systems, smart electrical networks. In civil engineering also, we are offering structural engineering, smart and sustainable materials, smart cities, infrastructure development and management. In instrumentation and control engineering, we are offering industrial automation, biomedical instrumentation, and smart system. So these are the various focused electives which we shall be offering to the students in after the year 2. And these will be based on your CGPA earned after second year. So now there are some students who are interested for admission under the category of foreign national or NRI. For us, the foreign national are those students who are the citizens of the country other than India, and NRI candidates are those for us who have got the qualifying examination from abroad. So NRI is those who are 10+2 qualified from those who are qualified 10+2 from abroad. So the admission process for them will be candidate must have done 10+2 from abroad with at least 60% marks in, of course, physics, mathematics, and in any one of the subject of chemistry, biology, biotechnology. And so here the condition for admission under the foreign national and NRI candidate, the condition is 60%, not 70%. Please note. So similarly in BA, BSc, BBA honors program also, we shall be offering admission to NRI or foreign national students. So we have 15% over and above seats in each discipline reserved for foreign national and NRI candidates. So this is the fee structure for the foreign national and NRI student, that this $450 is the once admission fee which is payable once, and otherwise the fee for the Gulf, Southeast Asia and African countries are concerned. So in BTech, they will be charged with $6,000. This is the annual fee. Please note it down. That earlier fee which I told to the Indian student, that was the semester fee, but here for the NRI student, the $6,000 will be the annual fee. And for the SAARC countries students, those who are from the SAARC countries, it will be Indian national rupees 368,400, and for rest of the world it will be $8,000. So I have mentioned the fee structure for the master's program also. For BTech it will be around $450 monthly paid to be paid, and $6,000. And this is the hostel dues also. I have written that how the hostel fee is to be paid for the NRI students. So we, as I told you, that we are offering lateral engineering entrance program also. So in second year students on the basis of the marks in diploma. So you see the diploma in the relevant discipline with the minimum 3 years duration after 10th, after matriculation from Polytechnic College, which students do. So minimum 60% marks should be there in this diploma. So in the B lateral entry program, we admit students directly on the basis of percentage earned in the diploma, which minimum with a minimum condition of 60% marks in diploma must be there. So these are the various programs in the LEAD entry program, which we are offering at Thapar Institute. So now I'm deviating a little bit from admissions. Now I'm coming to the campus placement at Thapar Institute. You see, I'm giving a data till 29th of February, because after that, during March, it was due to COVID-19, companies stopped coming over to the Thapar Institute campus. So I'm telling you the data prior to the COVID-19 period. So total number of students placed till now is 971, and the number of organizations who have visited TIIT campus till 29th of February, that is starting August 2019 till 29th February, there were 264 companies who visited Thapar Institute campus, and out of 971, 924 students of BTech have been placed in various companies. So highest CTC was offered to our 3 students to offer BTech. They were at the package of 43.31 lakhs, and it was the Microsoft who offered those placements to our BTech student. So average CTC till now is 8.27, because I am once again repeating that this data is only till February 29, 2020. So due to COVID-19, we could not offer placements. Companies could not come to the Thapar campus. Neither they were in a position to hold the online interviews for the students. So this I have given a year-wise data that companies who visited Thapar Institute and the number of students who were placed in the respective session. So 1920 is only 971 data, and 2018-19 it was 1249 students who were total placed, and there were 1324 is the total offers which were made to the student. So this is the data of the placement on the year-wise, because you see we have added the total number of seats in Thapar Institute also. So that's why the data is 1249 in 18-19, 17-18 it was 1135, 16-17 it was 1029, and 15-16 it was 1073. So I may let you know that this year 1200 students have gone for the internship. Videos have been decided, they are to be decided by the end of July out of 1200 students. This is the percentage of placements also. Again, this data of it, I have given the data till 18-19. I have not taken the data of 19-20 because it is incomplete till now. So around 95% of our students get placed from the campus itself who are having CGPA of greater than 6 during after the completion of their degree. So this is the data of the percentage data of the placements, and here I am giving you the salary offered during the campus placements to the students. So maximum salary in 18-19 was 39, and you know I told you in 19-20 it is already touched 43 lakhs by the Microsoft. So I have mentioned the minimum salary also and the average salary also. It is 7.14 in 18-19. So these are the glimpse of major recruiters who have visited Thapar Institute during the last session. And so out of them, there are of course Microsoft, Reliance, and Schneider, Samsung, Havells, Afcons, Accenture, Amazon, Hero, SanDisk, SAP, Whirlpool, Walmart, and so many others. So I have taken the given you some glimpse of the companies who have visited. So now I'll be just telling the our deputy director, Dr. Ajay Batish, who is the Dean of Contemporization, also Dean of International Programs also. So he'll be telling you a bit about what kind of international partnerships, with which universities we have those international partnerships, and in which programs we are offering admissions in the international programs. Now I'll be requesting Dr. Ajay Batish to please come.
Thank you, Professor Bhatia. As I mentioned in my earlier presentation, we have some really multifaceted collaborations with top universities in the world. And the largest and the biggest one that we have is Trinity College Dublin, Ireland, right? And then with University of Toledo, with Tel Aviv University, with New South Wales, Leeds, and also Queensland. Besides that, there are several research partnerships which are not listed here. These are the partnerships in which we have joint programs with, for either a 2+2 or a 3+2 or something of that kind. If you look at our program with the University of Queensland, there are multiple options by which you can actually go and study at Queensland. So all programs other than chemical engineering and biotechnology and biomedical engineering are eligible to shift to University of Queensland at the end of 2 years. Then it is called, well, a 2+2 program is called, actually means 2 years at Thapar and 2 years at University of Queensland. And the degree is awarded by Queensland. A 3+1+1 would actually mean you spend 3 years in Thapar, then you spend 2 years in Queensland. At the end of first year in Queensland, we will give you the undergraduate degree. And the end of second year at Queensland, they will give you the master's degree. There is also a combination possible, which is called 3.5.5+1, which actually meant you can do 7 semesters or 3.5 years at Thapar, then 1 more semester at Queensland, and you get a Thapar undergraduate degree, and 1 more year at Queensland, you get a master's degree from them. Right. So in all these cases, the credits earned at TIT are transferred to University of Queensland, so they can award you a degree. There is a separate fee structure for this program right from the beginning, and you can actually look at the prospectus for the fee. And when you shift to University of Queensland, you will have to pay their fee structure. With University of Toledo, we again have 2+2 programs. Again, other than chemical engineering and biotechnology, we have this program with, in all other branches. Same 2+2. You do 2 years at Thapar, and then you shift to USA, Toledo, in the state of Ohio, which is about half an hour from Detroit City. And you do 2 years in Toledo and get a degree from there. The great advantage of this program is that out of the 2 years that you spend at Toledo, 1 year is a co-op term. Now, co-op term actually means internships or a paid internship, which are 4 months each, and you will get opportunities to work at 3 different workplaces, which 4 months each would actually mean a year. And these are, since they're all paid internships, that means you will earn enough money to cover all your living expenses while you are in Toledo. Their tuition fee is also quite subsidized for Thapar students. So if you graduate, if you go from Thapar with a CGPA of 8.5 or more, you will pay $12,000 per annum as tuition. And if you go with a CGPA between 7.5 to 8.5, you will pay close to $13,500 per annum. If you have a CGPA less than 7.5, you pay $19,000 per annum. Right, so this is a Toledo program. Then we have this program with Tel Aviv University, Israel. But this is a 3+1+1 program, and it is only for electronics and communication engineering, electronics and computer engineering, and biotechnology. This is a almost completely funded program by Thapar and Tel Aviv University, which means all your tuition fee is covered. Almost all your living expenses are also covered by a scholarship, either by TIT, Thapar, or by Tel Aviv University. Very few students go there. However, you need to be in the top 5% of the class to be eligible to go to Tel Aviv University and study. The program is very similar. 3+1+1 actually means 3 years at Thapar, 1 year at Tel Aviv University, we give you the UG degree, and 1 more year at Tel Aviv University, and they give you the master's degree. This is how this program has been running. Very successful for the last 3 years. We also have this relationship with the University of New South Wales. At this time, other than chemical engineering and biotech, it is for all programs. Again, can be taken either in a 2+2 mode or a 3+2 mode. And in either case, in a 2+2, the degree is awarded by UNSW. In a 3+2, we give the undergraduate, and UNSW gives the postgraduate degree. University of Leeds program is very specific to chemical engineering. So it's a 2+2 or a 4+1, which actually means at the end of 2 years, you will transfer to University of Leeds for the remaining part of your studies, and you will get a Leeds degree at the end of 2 more years in the United Kingdom. There is also a possibility of doing a 4+1, which means you complete your whole of your program in Thapar, and then there is a seamless transfer to University of Leeds at the end of 4 years for your master's program. So this is a standalone specific program for chemical engineering that we have. Then the largest program that we offer is with Trinity College Dublin. This has been running for now 5 years, very, very successfully. It's a 2+2 program in computer engineering, electronics and communication engineering, electronics and computer engineering, and mechanical engineering. Again, 2+2 means 2 years at Thapar and 2 years at Trinity, and they give a degree. In case of Trinity, you can do 1 more year. That means it could be 2+2+1. And with that additional year spent at Trinity, you will also get a master's degree from Trinity College, right? So this is the other program that we have. It's called International Engineering Program with Trinity College Dublin. This I'm going to skip, of course, right? Then on for scholarship, I'm going to hand over to Professor Bhatia all over again.
Thank you, Professor Ajay. So now I'll be letting you know about the scholarships. As you know that the earlier process of awarding scholarships to BTech students were based on JEE mains examination. But since this year, we shall be admitting students on the basis of 10+2 marks only. So we are in the process of finalizing the revision of all those processes for the distribution of the scholarship. So this is under revision due to this change in the admission criteria. So last webinar also I told you that we shall be very soon uploading it on our institute website. So we should update it, and I hope so before 31st of July, we shall update the process of distributing the scholarships on the basis of this new admission criteria. I hope so, because this is a process of thorough revision of the process of distributing the scholarships. So this needs some time. So we are in the process of revising those norms of distributing the scholarships. So I may let you know that we have a dedicated center for employability skills development over here in the Thapar Institute, through which we encourage the students to participate in the group discussion. You can enhance your analytical skills and enhance your interview skills and other personality development classes. So we have a dedicated center for the skills development. We have a student counseling center on the campus. We have a dedicated experiential learning center on the campus in which the students undergo hands-on practical experience. I hope Dr. Ajay also, he explained a bit about the experiential learning center at the Thapar Institute campus. So apart from this, we have cultural and welfare programs for all overall development and the growth of the students. These are the various societies in the Thapar Institute at various levels, out of which I have mentioned few like Mudra Society, Creative Computing Society, Dance Club, Pratigya Society, Thapar Moving Club, and some others. Robotic societies, they are professional societies, and some other societies also. So I have mentioned only few, and we have around 50 societies in the campus which are working for the development and the growth of the students at Thapar campus. So this is a glimpse of our library. So this is a newly built library on the campus. It is 24/7 open and centrally located, and it is a 5-story building having a seating capacity of 1,000 students at a time. Fully automated system is there in the library. RFID enabled self-service system is there in the library. We have a dedicated space given for the self-study for the students, group study for the students, seminar rooms are there for presentations and communication. So this, you can see the glimpse of the library. And apart from this, I can tell you that there are around 1.25 lakh printed books available in the library, 35,000 e-books available, 20,000 e-journals, 45,000 conference proceedings, and apart from other theses and standards and educational videos are there in the centrally located library, which is 24/7 open for the students. So this is the facilities at TIIT. I can tell you that there are no power vehicles are allowed on the campus for the students. Only e-rickshaws are available for moving from one place to another place in the Thapar campus. And we have a market centrally located, which caters to the laundry, salon, eateries, fruits and juice shops. Mobile communication accessory are the part of this market complex. And we have 2 branches available at the Thapar campus. One is of SBI, another is of private bank, ICICI Bank. So this is the glimpse of the Thapar boys hostels. So this is well maintained, having well maintained lawns, gymnasium, common rooms, TV rooms, guest rooms, and all 24/7 Wi-Fi facilities there for the students in the hostels. Laundry system is also there in the hostels. Security guard, security system. It is totally a secured system in the campus for the boys as well as the girls hostels. So this is the glimpse of the girls hostel, similar to. And now I am giving you some TIT Star alumni. I told you that we have around 25,000 strong alumni of the since 1956. I have given some like Manjeet Singh, who is batch 1972 electrical engineering. Presently, he's director design, manufacturing, and automation at BARC. And Rakesh Anand, who is 1980 batch graduated. He is CMD Majagan Dock Shipyard Building. This is another, that is Amandeep Garg, who is managing director Trident Group. I have mentioned only few, like Anil Chaudhary, who is managing director Schneider Group, and Rajesh Uppal, who is the executive director Maruti Suzuki Limited. So apart from this, our TIT student graduates are excelling there in the civil services examination also. So I mentioned some of the IAS and PCS, like Anirudh Tiwari, who is presently Principal Secretary Renewable Energy Renewable energies, Government of Punjab. Gagandeep Singh Bedi is 1989 graduate, Principal Secretary, Tamil Nadu. And Manoj Ahuja, who is presently chairperson of CBSE. Your 12th examination results have been declared by Mr. Manoj under the chairmanship of Manoj Ahuja, who is 1986 graduate. Anurag Verma, who is again Principal Secretary in Government of Punjab. Ashutosh Jindal is 1992 graduate, IAS. Anurag Goyal. So mention few only. Rohit Kansal, he is Principal Secretary at J&K. And there are some more, 2001, 2006, 2008. And I mentioned some more. And this I mentioned Inayat Gupta also, who stood first in Punjab in the PCS examination. She was a electronics and engineering 2014 graduate, right? It's presently posted at Patiala. So this is a small glimpse of life at Thapar, that after once you study throughout the day and in the evening, so you have a time to enjoy in the evening in the different corners of Thapar Institute campus. So almost I'm done away with my presentation. Now is the questions and answers session. So if you have any questions, so you are free to ask your questions. And for admissions, this is the site I have mentioned that you can visit this admission site, that www.admission.thapar.edu, and please apply. Last date is approaching very soon. It is July 31st, 2020. So now I will request Deepto Verma to have the question answer session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for the very informative presentation. So before we get into the Q&A session, I'd request the attendees to please fill the poll that you are seeing on your screens right now. So this particular poll is going to help us tailor the upcoming webinars better. So in parallel, we will now start the Q&A session right now. So the first question is, sir, at the time of admission, that is before August 10, do we need to only pay the admission fee or the entire tuition plus development fee?
The whole fee needs to be paid. Deepto, the whole fee needs to be paid.
Whole fee needs to be paid.
So that is the admission as well as the tuition plus development fee.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sir, if I pay the fees and do not get the desired stream till third or final round and wish to withdraw my seat, then how much can I expect in refund?
Okay. So by 30th of August, only 5,000 will be cut and rest will be paid back to you.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And then another 15 days, then only 10% will be cut. And then again 15 days, then 20% will be cut. And then again 15 days, 50% will be cut.
Right, sir. Right. Sir, in case of declaration of zero academic by the government, so I think they're talking about the 0th year that is going to be declared by the government. What will be Thapar's stand?
0 year? Who's talking about 0 year? No, I don't see any possibility of any 0 year in my opinion.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the average package that has been offered to CS, civil, mechanical, and electrical?
Say that again. What is it?
The average package that has been offered to CSE, civil, mechanical, and electrical.
See, CSE this year is, I'm talking of 1920, is close to 9.8 lakhs or something, average package. The highest being 43 lakhs. And while others in mechanical and civil, it's close to 7 lakhs, 7.5 lakhs.
Right, sir. So there is a lot of questions. So we are almost around 800 questions deep, and around 95 questions are related to what would be the cutoffs for the different branches with respect to PCM or PC or any other vocationary subject.
Friends, I just wanted to say one thing here. Whatever we might say is going to be pure speculation, because you know we have never done admissions this way ever in the past. The only time we did a 10+2 admission was last year, but that was only 30% of the seats. This time we are going to fill all our seats with 10+2 marks. So if we give any numbers here, it will be purely a gut feel with no data to back up, right? So we can only make very informed guesses on what might happen. So if you have a score of 95% plus, we hope you might get into
you might
computer
get-
science or computer engineering, right? But beyond it, it will be very difficult for us to make any speculation at this point.
Right, sir. Sir, is CSE added to Thapar only 1 year ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yes.
So this is a question for, since we also have the head of the computer science department.
We added computer science and engineering in 2018, and we started it from Deravasi campus.
University campus.
On Thapar campus, Patiala campus, we have started in 2019.
Right, sir. So we also have Dr. Maninder Singh, the head of the computer science department, and other heads as well. So, sir, first question to you. Sir, what is the difference between computer engineering and computer science engineering?
From the perspective of any company who recruits the students, they need to have your equipment tested on computing, programming, and also on your logical and quant aptitude. So if you are good at that, it will not make a difference whether you are in CSC or COE or per se even in electronics and computer. So it may so happen that electronics and computer guy or a computer engineering guy will outscore computer science engineering, or other way around, computer science engineering may outscore computer engineering or electronics and computer engineering student. So from a company perspective, there is no change, there is no difference, but because these are two variants, so I must spell out some differences. So if it is computer engineering, we have design projects included. We also have few hardware subjects. So you can say computer engineering is superset of computer science engineering. So in computer science and engineering, basically we introduced application point of view, whereas in computer engineering, it has a system point of view. So in computer engineering, you will learn about system programming as well as application programming, whereas computer science is purely oriented towards application programming.
Right, sir. Sir, another pertaining question that has been floated a lot by the participants, it is that what is the particular difference between the Patiala campus and the Derabasi campus?
As such, there is no difference between both the campuses. Only difference is that the 2 year for first 2 years for computer science engineering at Derabasi, you will spend in that campus, and then you will come back to the main campus and join whenever you have to join the companies. You are in the main campus. That is the only difference. The faculty is same. We have created a replica of our computer labs in Derabasi, so there is as such no difference.
Right, sir.
Except for the location, no difference.
Yeah.
Except for the location. Right, right. So this question is towards ECE department. So what is the difference between ECE and electronics and computing in terms of course structure, future scope, and placements? So we have Dr. Alpana Agarwal, the head of the electronics and communication department. So she'll be taking the place. Ma'am.
Yeah. Good afternoon, parents and students. The department offers these two BE programs. In the two programs, a part is common, which relates to the electronics engineering. And then there are two variants where they differ in the bunch of subjects related to communication engineering or computer-based courses. So electronics and communication engineering students will do that bunch which is communication related courses, though they also have an option to opt for computing courses through minors or through some electives. However, major pool will be communication courses. Whereas in electronics and computer engineering branch, something like 8-10 courses will be the computing courses. So they will not do many courses in communication except for one, probably. This is a major difference. From placement point of view, by and large, both the programs get access to all the circuit branch companies and computing companies, IT-based companies.
Right, ma'am. There is also a question, what subjects are required for the admission in BE Biomedical Engineering? Is there going to be any preference that is going to be given to the students with PCM biology?
Is Professor Kaler here?
Hanji, Professor Kaler is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As far as the biomedical course is concerned, okay, so we take students with both the backgrounds. Okay, so PCB background also and PCM background also. Okay, so we are having the course structure. Okay, so which where the students can have where students can study these courses.
Right, sir. Sir, what if a student scores less in JEE main January and only updates the class 12 marks? Which will be preferred more, JEE mains or board marks?
The August counseling is all on the basis of 10 plus 2 marks. We are not even considering JEE except for tiebreakers. The
Right.
JEE marks will be useful only if the second JEE is held, and the last counseling will be held on the basis of JEE.
Right, sir. So we also have Dr. MS Reddy on the panel. So, sir, what is the criteria for BTech biotechnology? Sir,
Sudhakar, unmute, Sudhakar.
So for BTech Biotechnology, again, we are taking students from both PCP and PCM mode. Okay, so this is the criteria. Otherwise, we were taking through NEET and JEE mains before, but now we will be taking the students from both the streams.
right, sir. Sir, what is, yes.
In this, students will be taking admission on the basis of PCM score as well as on the basis of PCB also. In that case, physics, chemistry, and biology will be considered.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we shall be making 50-50%.
We will be almost making 50% for PCM and 50 for PCB.
PCB.
Yeah.
Right, sir. So there is also one question pertaining to the admission form. So when we are filling the form, we can put the marks of PCM. So how do we select the other vocational subjects? So will it be done automatically from the back end or so?
See, there is an option in the application form where you can, select the subject, enter your marks for PCM as well as any technical vocational subjects. However, we ourselves will be fetching your result from CBSE website and other state board website. So if there would be any problem in fetching the result, we will get back to you.
Right, sir. So we've got one of the attendees who wants to ask a question. So she has raised her hand. Harkirat. So I've unmuted her. You may ask your question, please.
Good evening. Thank you for enlightening us on the campus and the various admission process. I just wanted to ask what is the last date of notified date of admission as mentioned in your prospectus?
As of now, it is 15th of September.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's go with Kush Malik. Yes, Kush, please.
Sir, I want to ask that I have prepared for JEE Mains and I have not scored that much marks in 12th. Then how I should apply?
What is your PCM score?
Sir, PCM scores are 89.66%.
It is not that bad score, so you can definitely apply. You are eligible for admission, and if there would be, NTA is going to conduct September exam. The last counseling will be on the basis of JEE Mains.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kush. Sir, yes, Kush, you wanted to ask something? Okay, so we'll move on to the next participant. Next question. Sir, what should we do if I have sent my CBSE paper for rechecking? How will I update my marks?
See, if your improvement result or rechecking result comes before the counseling, you can definitely get back to us. Until then, we will be using the result that is being declared by CBSE as of now.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the total expenditure including the hostel and mess charges for BTech in CSE for the 4 years complete course? And do we need to pay hostel and mess for this year?
See, the hostel and mess fee you won't have to pay until you actually physically join the campus, right? And since we are not starting the semester on face-to-face campus right now, so you won't have to pay until we open the campus for students to come in and stay, right? So you don't have to pay for the hostel, but you will need to pay the tuition fee for all the 4 years, and that is listed in the prospectus.
Semester-wise, yeah, semester-wise breakup of the fee for 4 years is given on the website.
Yes.
Right, sir. Sir, if according to the merit list, I am getting the 6th preferred branch, then in this case, will I be able to take up any of the lower preferred choice?
No, see, you have filled your branch preference as per your interest. If you are already at 6, why do you want to go to 7 or 8?
If you want to change.
Yeah.
Lower lena chahe.
We may allow branch preference change after the 3rd round of counseling.
Right, sir. So there is also a very pertaining question to a lot of students who've put up or parents. So they've asked, since different boards, that is state and central, have different marking patterns. For example, Jharkhand's 93% is equivalent to, 73 is equivalent to 90% according to the participant. So will there be any normalization procedure for the Thapar UG admissions?
There will be no normalization of scores. We have looked at all the applications which have come to us. 87% are CBSE, another 6% is ICSE. So this is only 93%. And every other board put together is less than 1%. So I don't think normalization is going to be possible.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the syllabus of computer science and business, and how many companies do actually come for this branch? Also, another second part of this, would I also get a chance to be a part of the TCS team for the internships?
No such commitment is made by TCS. Only one thing is that the TCS is going to train the trainer. That means faculty members are trained by TCS. And also they have a program where you can be called from a various colleges wherever this program is running. So you can be called and you may be asked to participate on the hackathons and all, which are conducted by TCS. But as such, there is no promise by TCS to take you into their internship program or for the company recruitment.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the basic difference between BE and BTech?
BTech, it is just a kind of another nomenclature which is being used. So basically it is technology versus engineering. So when you talk about engineering, more emphasis is on design. When you talk about technology, more is how you use the tools and techniques in order to achieve something. So basically at Thapar, we use BE for all our core programs, and we have a BTech biotechnology, because that's more of a application oriented.
Right, sir. So, sir, if I get some branch in counseling and I want a up branch, so in the first year, if I score really well, can I change my branch after the first year?
Yeah, you can change.
After the admission, the student will get 2 chances. One is after the first semester on the basis of December test. Thapar conducts its own test for the vacant seats in December. So after the December test, the branch accreditation is done at the end of first year, but that is also on the for the vacant seats only.
So students will be basically having 2 chances to upgrade the branch. First, after the completion of the first semester, which will be, of course, through the test being conducted by Thapar Institute, and another chance on the completion of first year on the basis of the CGPA attained by the students after first year. But after first year, we shall be offering the branch accreditation only for the vacant seats. Only for the vacant seats, branch accreditation will be allowed. And in December also, it will be only for the vacant seats, but in December through the test conducted by Thapar Institute.
Right, sir. So we also have the head of the Civil Engineering Department, Dr. Premnal Bansal, on the panel. Sir, the question is, how are the placements in the field of civil engineering?
So as far as placement in civil engineering is concerned, if I talk about last year scenario, we have say around 60-70% placement of all interested and eligible students. There are few students who at the end of the program may not be interested in the placement. Say they may be interested in going to the higher studies, or they may be interested in going to join the business, their family business. So out of the interested students, 60-70% students in last year got placed in civil engineering.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the criteria for international programs?
Ajay?
Okay. See, the international program criteria is the admission is again on the basis of merit, right? So if you are interested, based on your merit, you will be allotted a seat in any of the international programs that we just talked about, right? So that's the criteria. That's it. Same, exactly the same as our undergraduate programs.
Right, sir.
The fee structure is a little different. You can look at the prospectus for the fee structure.
Right, sir. So there is a question to again the application. So how can we choose computer science in place of chemistry in your website? Because on the website, it is not showing any option.
See, when you log into your account, there is an option of CBSE or 12th marks. There you can enter your physics, chemistry, mathematics, and other subjects, including the technical vocational or like computer science or biotech or biology. Still, if you are not able to do that, we will be fetching your results from the state board or CBSE board. If we fail to do so, we will get back to you on that.
Right, sir. So we've got Arushi who wants to ask a question. Please go ahead, Arushi.
Sir, I got 93% in PCM. What are my chances of getting CS?
Are you from Punjab or outside Punjab?
Outside Punjab.
Keep your fingers crossed.
So like, is there any stream that I am definitely gonna get? Like, or can I get electronics?
See, in my opinion, you will definitely get a branch, right? But what would that be? We will have to wait until 5th of August. And then there is, of course, upgradations possible, Arushi. So you don't get disheartened if you get a lower branch on first, because there will be, of course, movements as admissions to other institutions take place. So don't worry about it.
Okay, fine.
Thanks, Arushi. All right, let's call Webhuff. So Webhuff, please ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Webhuff.
Sir, I have got 95% in +2 PCM. Which branch I can get?
We have answered this question several times, Webhuff. It's pure speculation. You can hope to get a good branch. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If I may say to all the attendees, see, if you have more than 90% marks, you are going to get surely some branch in Thapar. Okay, but in order to tell you which branch, that is kind of beyond our capacity at this point of time, because 31st July is the last date for application, and the applications are pouring in numbers. So we can't say at this point of time what would be the last cutoff. So I request anybody who has that kind of questions kindly refrain from asking, because we have already answered it many times now. Thank you.
Right, sir. Sir, I assume the classes will be held online and the students would be attending the classes from home. In this case, students...
Yes, that is true, Ritu. That
Yes.
is true, at least for the time being, until the situation is conducive enough to reopen.
Right, sir. So a student asks that in that case, the student will not be accessing the campus facilities like labs, libraries. So would there be any sort of a reduction in the fees?
Nothing that I'm aware of right now. So we can't. I can't really answer this question at this moment.
And see, one thing everybody needs to understand here, that the development fees is not for just 1 year. Yeah, this is 4-year career here. You are building your career. You are building your life here. So you need to understand that it's not just 1 year you spend and pay the development fee. So whatever has happened till date from last 60 years in Thapar, so each and everybody has contributed to it. So saying that the reduction in fee on that basis, I don't think that is kind of a justifiable statement. The reason being, there is lots of many things which are go beyond the screen. Okay, so you need to understand those part of life and how you go about that.
And Maninder, if I can add.
Yeah, please, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, even in this difficult situation, the development is that how do we conduct these classes online? What kind of systems we are trying to upgrade? Even that is a part of development. It's not easy shifting from something which we have been doing for years, and now suddenly we have to do this. A lot of maybe not physical equipment is required, but a lot many other things are required to to really tie up this situation.
Conduct of examinations will be again.
Yeah, particularly examinations and all. And
that's true, definitely. Sir, is there any sort of a difference between placement in Patiala campus and the ones provided in international exchange programs?
What is it? So can you repeat the question?
Sir, is there any sort of a difference in placement in the Patiala campus and the ones provided in international exchange programs?
No, in the international exchange program, say for example, if you go and study at say University of Queensland or say at Trinity College Dublin, then of course the placement happens from that institution, not from Thapar. Yeah, but if the student wants to, like in the case of Trinity, if the student wants to come and use our placement facilities, we have allowed them to do it, always.
Right, sir. Sir, which out of EIC and ECE is having more future scope?
I think Khaled Saab is the best person to answer this question.
Please repeat your question.
Sir, which out of EIC and ECE, which one is having more future scope?
Electronics instrumentation and control, okay, and electronics, basically all the circuit branches, okay, they are eligible for your IT companies, okay. So if a student is having any interest in IT programming skills, okay, so he can compete with the computer guys and the other guys, okay. So basically electrical engineering and EIC, there are some core companies like Texas, okay, Siemens, okay. So these core companies, these cater to EIC branch and the electrical engineering branches, okay. And I will like to tell you that this year only, that is in the last year, okay, one of the students got placed in your Amazon, okay. Then we are having our students placed in Texas, Siemens, okay. So we are having a very good placement as far as the EIC students, electrical engineering students, these are concerned.
There, sir, he is asking that out of ECE and EIC, which is better?
Sir, it depends upon the student, okay. So EIC will cater to the instrumentation, okay, whereas ECE will cater to the communication side. Okay, so into the communication side, okay, there are companies, and equally in the instrumentation side also there are the other companies. Okay, but all these branches, okay, so these are called as the circuit branches. Okay, so they can go into the IT. Okay, so if you look at our package for EIC, instrumentation and control, okay, so the average package is more than 7.5. Okay, so if you talk about the ECE, okay, so the average package will be around 8 lakh or so. Okay, so I will not say that this branch is better, okay, so but in terms of the last year's preferences, okay, so ECE has got the high merit as compared to EIC.
Right, sir. Sir, if I don't get my choice of branch in the first round, what should I do? Should I opt for whatever branch available or wait till the next round for my choice of branch?
You will be eligible for next round of counseling if you pay the fee for whatever branch you have been allotted in the first round of counseling. If you do not pay the fee, you will not be considered for upgradation in next round.
So the key thing is, if whatever branch you get, if you want to be considered for an upgradation, you must pay the fee after the first counseling.
That is what I told in the presentation also, that you need to pay the fee, whatever branch you get in the first round. If you don't pay the fee, then for accreditation, you will not be considered in the second and the third round, subsequent rounds, of course.
See, the mantra here is, if you want to get into Thapar, kindly pay the fee, keep your seat floating, unless until you get your choice of branch. Okay. But in order to be floating for the other counselings, you need to pay the fee. Okay. So whatever you are going to get, whatever branch you are going to get in the first round, kindly grab it, but do not freeze that particular branch, because you haven't got a branch of your choice. So you can go in the second round, third round. Finally, you will have your branch, whatever you wanted. Or you have an option of withdrawal, which we already told you.
Additionally, if you have got a branch of your choice and you don't want any change, then you can freeze your choice as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
There's a freezing button over there.
Okay.
There's a freeze button available. So if you have got your choice of branch in any of the rounds, kindly freeze it, and the branch is yours.
But if you will be freezing and then again you will come to me that please change, it will not be changed. So better if you want to have your choice branch, then keep it floating.
When you get your choice, then you can freeze.
When you get your choice branch, then you can freeze it.
Right, sir. So, so we also have Dr. TP Singh, the head of the mechanical department, available with us. Sir, the question is towards you. Sir, what is the placement scenario for mechanical engineering students in core companies, and what is the average package? Are there still private jobs available in India?
Yeah, you know, as you know, Ajay has already said that in case of mechanical, the average salary is close to 7 lakhs. You know, I was about to say when he said 7 lakhs, I was about to say that, you know, there's a difference in core branches. Maybe the starting salaries are not as high as in computer science, because we talk about 42 lakhs, 43 lakhs, but there's a career path. You start at a comparatively lower salary, but you know, when you grow with the company and you show your commitment to a particular company or a particular specialization, then you grow pretty fast. And all those pictures of distinguished alumni, which we have shown to you, many of them are mechanical engineers who've done really, really very well. The question that what percentage is core companies, I would still say that in case of mechanical, out of the total students placed, some 75–80% would be only in mechanical engineering company, because large number of mechanical engineering companies, they come to our campus. Only few of them may be going to some circuit branches like the computer science or IT, but maximum placement is in mechanical engineering companies.
Right, sir. Sir, is there going to be any admissions on the basis of JEE mains conducted in September?
So repeat the question.
Can you please repeat?
Yeah. Sir, is there going to be any admissions on the basis of JEE mains that is going to be conducted in September?
Yes, it will be. You see all the leftover seats after the first 3 rounds. Then, in case the second JEE is held, then the last counseling will be on the basis of JEE.
Right, sir.
Provided
Sir,
the second JEE is held,
provided. That's true. Sir, there is a question by one of the parents. So, by mistake, the daughter's name was filled incorrectly. So they have followed up with the technical team and it has not been fixed yet. What should they do?
You can send across your request to ar_a@thapar.edu. That will be done.
Ditto put it in the chat so they can note it down and send it to
Sure.
AR_. Right?
Yeah,
AR_.
AR_A for A for academic, right? AR_A.
I have done it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Maninder sir has done it. Sir, can you elaborate on the 2+2 course, that is Derabasi plus Patiala?
Maninder can do it.
I don't think there's any elaboration required here. See, initial 2 years you will be in doing your course in Derabasi, and after you finish from there, you will come to the main campus for 3rd and 4th year.
And Maninder, I can add to it that whatever students will be studying at Derabasi or at Patiala campus, it will be synced one. So teachers will be going from Thapar Institute campus itself, Patiala campus, and all the question papers, all the study material, it will be as similar as what will be there in the Patiala campus. So this is something more elaboration.
And also, if I may add some more thing, like head of the department is one only. Okay, so either it is a Patiala campus or Derabasi, same head of the department is there. So you don't need to worry. It's everything is synced together.
Dr. Maninder Singh is the head of the department.
There is a question in one room. Are same discipline students stay together in one room? How far is the hostel from the academic sector?
Dipto, we lost you. Please repeat the question.
The question.
The first and the second year, there is no need for students to stay in same branch students to stay together. They'll be randomly placed in different hostels. Of course, they can pick up their friends and exchange, right? But the allocations are made, on a random basis. The hostel is about 1.5 kilometers. The farthest hostel is about 1.4 kilometers from the academic building within the campus itself. And the closest one for the girls and all could be about only 300 meters to 400 meters.
Right, sir. Sir, if my name appears in the first list in some branch which is not preferred by me, should I wait for the second list or should I freeze the seat immediately?
We answered this question. Please pay the fee if you want to be considered for the subsequent rounds. Otherwise, you will be out of that list.
Maninder, you again repeat.
So we have answered this question.
Yeah.
So we can move further.
Yeah, so this is getting recorded as well and on YouTube. So you can definitely go back and get to that link that we have provided you. And most of the questions are again being repeated, right? So, sir, what will be the reduction in fees for the first semester if the whole semester is conducted online?
See, there is no reduction in the fee. So we haven't taken any of these things into account. So we already told you that you are not living in the hostel, you are not paying any expenses. Rest, whatever academic fee is there, that you need to pay.
Right, sir.
So we have Utkarsh Chaudhary. He wants to ask a question. Utkarsh, go ahead.
Yes, to unmute.
I'm sorry, Utkarsh, you're breaking up. You're pressing the mute button too many times. Just press once. That's it. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Now tell me.
Sir, I have got 98.11 percentile in JEE Mains and 69.33% in PCM in boards. Will I be able to get a seat in your college?
Unfortunately, not at this moment.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But you can definitely wait for the September exam, JEE Main exam. If that is conducted, then definitely you will get the branch of your choice.
Thank you, sir.
99.98.
Right, sir. So again, I would request every participant to again not give us a number because it is not possible for us to tell you with X percentage what branch you're going to get because it is really not possible. This is happening for the first time. So I again request all the attendees, please do not ask us that question because we won't be able to answer you accurately. So Professor Batis just mentioned about the rating of 27 as per NIRF ranking and aims to 29th, right? And aims to be within 15. Sir, what concrete steps are we going to take to make it happen?
Well, see, there are several parameters which actually improve the rankings of the university. One of them is teaching and learning, where we have very high scores already, right? The second one is infrastructure. There too, we also are doing very, very well. The two components which we probably need to improve even further is research and perception, right? So there's a perception score which they randomly go to. I don't know who all they go and ask. But there is a perception score where we haven't done very well in the past 2-3 years. So we are working on that part of it. If we had a perception score as high as say BITS Pilani, we would have already been in the top 20, right? Our teaching and learning scores are very high. Our placements, graduate outcomes and placement scores are very high. Our infrastructure scores are very high. Our research scores are reasonably okay. I said we are in the top 20 in research. It's the perception score we are in in 50s, right? 50 plus, which has brought us to 29th. So we need to work on perception and to some extent on our research output, right? That's what we. Well, that means improving our research output even further, So these are the steps we are taking. We already have a plan and a strategy in place. And over the next 3 or 4 years, we do hope to get into top 15 in the country.
Right, sir. Definitely. So do we have any aerospace engineering in Thapar University? Can
No,
we?
sir, we don't have it. No,
Right,
we don't have it.
Right, sir. Sir, if all education is practical based, how will the institute be able to teach students due to the pandemic going on?
But this pandemic, we don't expect it to last forever, right? So you may have the next 2-3 months of this issue. Once you are back on campus, we'll make sure you don't miss a single minute of practical experience. We'll make sure.
Right, sir. Sir, does the student with CSBS sit with the students having COE or CSE during placements? Maninder sir, you're muted.
Yeah. Say these students can sit for all the companies which need a student from computing know-how. So, but it is prerogative of a company whether they allow a particular stream to sit for their placements or not. So we can't push any company to say that kindly make these people sit in. So this is up to the company. But having said that, they have equally same kind of a knowledge which is given to any other computing branch. So they can sit invariably in any kind of a company.
Right, sir. So we've got one of the attendees who wants to ask, Neeraj Goyal. Please ask your question.
I would like to ask, CSBS will be in Derabasi campus or at Patiala campus?
It is in only in Patiala campus, beta.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, I've been admitted to a university in USA and going to attempt this semester online for software engineering program. In case if I don't get visa and get into Thapar, would I be able to transfer those credits to Thapar in January?
Can you repeat the first part?
I got the question. He has got an admission into a US university and he's going to do it online. And if the student doesn't get a visa, will his credits be transferred to Thapar? See, we have a methodology by which we take transfer students. If you meet those guidelines, yes, you will be. Right? We have a methodology in place. And if you can write to the same, AR_A@thapar.edu, that document can be shared with you. If you meet our requirements, we can probably consider it.
Right, sir. So we've got Rishabh Mahajan who wants to ask a question. Rishabh, please go ahead.
I'm actually, good evening,
yes,
electronics, and I've looked forward to various components involved in the projects. So would I be getting all the all the components required in the state-of-the-art labs which you have developed in the campus?
So this is for electronics, right?
Yes, sir.
What was the question? It went off in the first initial few seconds. Can the question be repeated?
Madam, the question is, I'll tell you the question. The question is, he probably is very impressed with your laboratories and facilities that we have created. Will he get all the equipment and raw materials to build all those projects?
Sure. Every student, whether it is UG, PG or PhD, every student has access to every lab. Wherever he or she wants to utilize the facilities to build their project, they can do so. We have a number of sponsored projects also in the department. If they want to be associated with those projects, they can get associated with those projects, and number of students do benefit out of it by working in those projects. So all the access is available to each and every student.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so we've got Harnoor Singh wants to ask a question.
Hello.
Hanji, Harnoor ji, please.
Hanji, actually I'm Harnoor's father speaking.
So I have the question that I have in mind is that I am holding a domicile certificate which was issued to me in 1987. But can I use that for getting the Punjab domicile for my son?
No, sir. The new structure, new name of the domicile certificate is Punjab Residency Certificate. And it should be on the name of the student, not on the parents.
Okay. Achha, one more question is, uh, suppose our name is there on the first list, but the branch is not as per our choice. So you were saying that we need to waive the fees to be considered for the subsequent list. But suppose after all the iterations, we end up deciding that no, we are not going to continue in any of the branch. So we will get the full fee refund for that.
See, sir, there is a well-defined refund policy which is available on the website, and it depends on the last date of admission. Last date of admission for Thapar Institute as of now is 15th of September.
15th of?
15th of September.
Okay.
So you can go through the refund policy, and you can, you will definitely be able to judge that by which date you will get what refund.
Okay. And one more thing, actually, what is the likelihood of getting computer science at the PCM marks is 86% for my son. So what is the likelihood of that?
So like we said, it is kind of difficult to actually tell you this particular answer because we don't know what is the current cutoff or how it's going to work out. So we cannot comment on this with respect to your current merit that you've got.
Noor's father?
Yes.
So to clarify your refund policy, so if you withdraw your admission by 30th of August, you will get the full refund after deducting rupees 5,000. And for next 15 days, it will be 10% of the course fee. Next 15 days will be 20%, and next 15 days will be 50%.
Okay.
If you withdraw by 15th September, it will be 10%. By 30th of September, it will be 20%. And if you withdraw by 15th of October, it will be 50%.
Okay. So my last question to you is that you were saying that the computer science branch was introduced in your college 2 years back. So how do you think, has it been able to come up to the level it is there in other institutes, comparable institutes?
See, we are running,
last 2 years.
Mr. Hanur, we are running computer engineering program since 1992. So it's 26 years in that field. So as such, I already told there is no difference between computer science engineering and computer engineering from the perspective of the faculty and from the perspective of the infrastructure and the facilities we have. So it is equally shared between computer engineering and computer science. So if someone says that we have an expertise and can we deliver 100%, more than that we have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, what all specialization can I apply to if I have electronics and computer engineering as my core branch?
What specializations, whatever are available for electronics and as well as in computers. Like you can go in for even VLSI microelectronics, hardcore communication systems, signal processing, or data sciences, or for example, all what you have in computer sciences. Similar thing.
Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can you please tell us about the inclusion of AI in any of our courses?
Yes, we have introduced AI in the first year itself. So for all branches except computer science, because computer science and computer engineering program already have it in their next year. So object-oriented programming is replaced by AI, whereas the first computer programming course is available for everyone. So introduction to AI is already introduced for all the branches.
Right, sir. So I would please refrain the audience to not spam the Q&A box, because then the questions go down and down and I cannot speak out your question. So how does the institute support the startup in the incubation period?
If you have a idea and you want to have a startup from the institution, we recently got large funding from Government of India in which we can support students and pay them a seed money if they have a great idea, right? For that, there is a committee. So you have to pitch your idea to that committee, and if the committee is convinced, then we will start with the funding of rupees 40,000 rupees to you, which can go up to a few lakh rupees as you move further in that program, right? So this is how all our startups are coming in. We will also provide you a space for your office. We will also provide our lab space for creating a prototype. So this is how we have been working in the venture lab.
Right, sir. Sir, if a student is not able to pay the foreign university fees after 2 years due to some sort of a financial problem, what is going to happen to the particular course?
Okay, this is a little complicated method. There are also instances in the past when student has not been able to go. But I will just tell you, in a short note. See, if you are because the international programs are very expensive, you might get a computer engineering program at a much lesser percentage compared to our general computer science, right? For example, our computer science might end at 97%. Whereas if you are wanting to take admission in an international program, you probably might get it even at 85%, say, because it is very expensive. Not everybody can afford it. Now, if you refuse to go after 2 years for whatever reason, we will revert you to a branch which you would have got with your score, which means 85% in this example, which I took. Whatever branch was available at 85%, that is the branch you will be allocated at the end of 2 years if you don't go. But you can continue studying in top.
Right.
So you will get, in the beginning itself, you'll get 2 branches. One for the international program. If you go there, that's a branch which stays. If you don't go, then the second branch, which is the branch you would have normally got with your score, is you will be reverted to that branch. Okay, I hope that answers that question.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the difference between mechanical engineering and mechanical engineering that is in production?
Dr. T.P. Singh, please.
Yeah. Now, mechanical engineering, I think most of us know that we have 3 major streams of mechanical engineering. One is design, the other one is thermal engineering, and the third one is production or industrial or manufacturing. In case of production, mechanical production engineering, we do all essential courses of mechanical engineering. That is, we have, say, 2 courses of design in mechanical engineering, but there'll be 1 comprehensive course of design in production engineering. So you will study sufficient design, but then, we make some space, maybe some high-end courses which are research oriented in mechanical engineering. They are taken off. Maybe a course on vibration is taken off. An advanced course on strength of materials would be taken off. But in the place of that, we'll have courses on production, on manufacturing. Like these students will study, the supply chain. They will study jigs and fixtures. They will study everything which is used on the shop floor for planning and control. Like we have very recently introduced a course on Industry 4.0, and Industry 4.0 will contain not only the conventional manufacturing, it will talk about all integrated manufacturing, IoT, and simulation and augmented reality. So production engineering is more oriented to working in the organization for their growth and of course the routine working. But it will definitely have almost everything which is there in mechanical engineering. The advanced courses may not be there. So you will be industry ready. When you go to the, you will study something about Six Sigma, you will study something about total quality management, and of course, manufacturing subjects which are advanced, and the mechanical engineering students do not study.
Right, sir. Right,
and
sir.
for the benefit of all the audience, we have kept some webinar by each of the department. Individual department will present their webinars The series is going to start from Monday. So I request anybody who has a particular concern or
we have the civil engineering seminar tomorrow.
okay, from civil engineering we are starting tomorrow. So each department has been given a slot. So that information will be available on our website. Also, we are going to send an emailer to all of you. Whosoever is interested in any of the department, I want to know in and outs of that department, kindly I request those people to attend the webinars.
And mechanical production is on 29th.
Okay, good. So we can tell also, see, computer is on 31st of July. So anybody wants to know anything more about computer is on 31st. Alpana?
So, yeah, electronics and communication webinar is on Monday, 5 p.m. and electronics and computer program webinar on Tuesday, 3 p.m. So,
yeah, I will also complete. Khaled Saab, you're going to say something first.
Electrical and computer is tomorrow. Okay, and we are having followed by instrumentation and electrical and biomedical engineering.
Electrical and computer is at 3 p.m. sir, है ना?
3 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biotechnology
Yeah,
on 31st.
Okay.
And chemical engineering 31st also.
Okay, mechanical engineering on 28th, production on 29th, and mechatronics on the 30th.
Okay, Prem sir, civil ka kab hai?
Civil is tomorrow. I think Dr. Batish has already shared. Tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Okay. Thank you very much. So Dipto, you can take, you can ask 5 people at the max now to speak and ask.
Yeah.
Then we already have recording of this available. So anybody has any other questions, so we can come back to them via emailer. Or I think most of the questions, almost 95% of the question which I see in a QA has been answered because they are more or less relative to each other. But still we can have 5 more people starting with Siddhant Watts. Okay. So Siddhant, you can ask your question, please.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, I'm Siddhant's father speaking. I just wanted a small clarification. In the form, when you fill up, it says the marks is of PCM / PCV. I'm assuming that is for the vocational subject. So when you're making the merit list, will it be automatic when you will choose whichever is the best of the two? Because
sir, we will apply a max on PC and PM. PM is physics and maths, and the third one will be the max out of vocational or a chemistry.
Thank you.
So in case we are not able to fetch anybody's result from CBSE, we'll come back to that particular candidate and we'll ask those whatever his choices.
Right. Because in the form, when you say the printout of the form, when you take it, does not show the vocational subject. It just shows PCMB. So
You don't worry about that, sir. We will take care at the back end.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So we've got Ishani Sharma.
Good evening, everyone.
Ask your question, please.
So my doubt is that I have filled re-evaluation and I want to ask that if my result comes before your first round of counseling or before second round of counseling, would that be considered because I'm still waiting to apply?
Yes, if your results come before the first round of counseling, we will update your result.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Shani. So we've got Ashmita.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Ashmita. I want to ask you that if I have got admission in CSBS, what is the scope of this? And there are some subjects of commerce. What is the benefit of these subjects in different companies? And if I got admission in CSBS and in the placement year, I have the chance to sit with the computer science students or not?
Yeah, I have already answered this query. This was asked by a previous person. See, the thing is like this: computer science and business system has been very thoughtful inclusion by Tata Consultancy Services, and it is a AICTE approved course curricula in which they have, if somebody has inclination towards business, you want to do MBA after this. So this is the best suited course for them. Having said that, it has all the core components of computer science also. So if the company allows you to sit with the computer engineering and computer science students, so you will be able to compete with them equally well. So there is no difference from our side in delivering the course curricula. So if you have inclination in the business as well as in computing, is the must go kind of a stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Ashmita. Let's go with P. Mishra.
Good evening, sir. So, ma'am, it's been a wonderful seminar. I'm Colonel Pravir Mishra. Actually, I'm looking for my daughter's admission. And as Dr. Ajay said, that for NIF ranking, they have to work for perception. I believe so, because frankly, I have not known Thapar as I have got the perception now. And so wonderful to interact with all of you. My question have already been answered. And I raised the hand much before that. And thank you so much for a very, very elaborated discussion.
Thank you, Colonel Saab. Thank you for your good wishes.
Thank you, Colonel Mishra. Only reason was you raised your hand, but if I can see on the screen at this point of time, there are 82 hands the people have said like this. So
yes,
it's very sorry that you came in later on, but if your questions are answered, thank you very much. And I think you are attending this seminar has got whatever you wanted from it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So we've got, I think we'll take the last candidate. We still have around 82 hands, but time restrictions and also Himanshu ji. Go ahead. Himanshu Sinha. Okay, so we'll move on to the next candidate then. So we've got the last one, let's say Priyanka Kumari.
Hello, sir.
Hi Priyanka, please ask your question.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I want to ask that what is the scope for mechanical engineering for girls, sir?
Yeah. You know, if we look at the common thing which all of us know, that is, the relationship between supply and demand. And if there are only a couple of girls, we have very less girls in mechanical engineering. We have less girls. And there are so many companies who want to have some kind of a gender equality in their company. And I think you have a pretty good chance. And I have seen all those girls who have been there in mechanical or production or mechatronics engineering. They have grabbed very, very good job. In fact, all girls have done very well. That is the first thing. But additionally, they got very good jobs because now the mechanical engineering is not only about shafts and gears and heavy equipment. It's all about doing computer-aided design, manufacture, and so many things. So I believe girls have a very good perspective. You have good career in mechanical engineering. I don't know, girls have not been coming, but the ones who have come, they have done really very, very well.
But Sir, Professor TP Singh, if you permit me to add something here.
Yeah, please.
You have girls faculty members also.
Oh yeah, we have lady faculty, but I wanted to add on the girl students. See, I know many companies, especially production manufacturing companies, where they actually always look for a girl, engineer. Because many companies have this, in their core values to have 30% women, employees. And then they look for always, I know many companies, Cummins India Limited at some point in time came to us and asked us, if there is any girl student in mechanical engineering, please let us, because our company policy is we must have that many girl employees. Now they are all production companies. So there are several companies like that. So girls will have a great future in mechanical engineering. You are most welcome. And I'm also a mechanical engineer. That's why I'm asking this.
Okay, sir, thank you. And my one more question is that what is the difference between the electronics and communication and electronics instrumentation in terms of placements?
Yeah, I told you Okay, so as far as the placements are concerned, okay, so electrical engineering, electronics, instrumentation and control, electrical and computer, electronics and computer, okay, so they all sit with the computer people, okay, for IT companies. Okay, so in addition to these, okay, so there are many core companies, okay, so which cater to electrical engineering. Okay, so there are many core companies which which caters to instrumentation engineering. Okay, so basically the placements for the instrumentation engineering and electronics and communication engineering. Okay, so if a student is bright, okay, so he can get a package of 30 lakhs. Okay, so I'll just quote one example I quoted just now. Okay, so one of the students from instrumentation engineering, okay, so he's placed in Amazon, okay, at a package of 27 lakhs. Okay, so it all depends upon the caliber of the student. Okay, so the skills, the programming skills, and the other skills, the technical skills. Okay, even if the student is in any branch of engineering, okay, so he can get one of the best packages.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sir, I'll just like to, because I think this question has a lot of importance, and as a Thapar faculty, we've worked really hard. Sir, how will the enrolled student be able to access the study material after the commencement of the class?
See, the study material, we have already built in LMS system. So it houses all the repository of the courses. And beside that, we are having online sessions, and it is being religiously followed by all the faculty members. We have classes starting from 8 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening, as well as we have classes on Saturdays. But it doesn't mean that you are booked for 40 hours. It's not like that. So the timetable is scheduled in that manner that each and everybody is taking lectures online, and that material is also provided as a supplement so that the student can read out it at their leisure in the backup time. And also all assignment quizzes for the time being, everything is available on our LMS system, and each and everybody whosoever has access to the Thapar email ID can have access to these repositories. Beside this, we already have in collaboration with Coursera and edX, we have given n number of courses to our students which they can do online for enrichment of their know-how besides the core curricula which is being taught by the faculty members across the departments.
Right, sir. So I think this is all the time we have for today's webinar. I'm sure there are lots of questions pertaining to questions, and we've almost answered around 100 questions and so forth. So so going on, if you there are these questions, they will be answered. You can visit our website, that's www.admissions.thapar.edu, or visit our website, that is thapar.edu, or our marketing team will definitely get back to you to answer all the questions. So going forth, I'd like to thank all the panelists, starting with the Deputy Director, Dr. Ajay Batish, the Dean of the Academic Affairs, Dr. S.S. Bhatia, Dr. M.S. Reddy, the Head of the Biotech Department, Dr. Alpana Agarwal, the Head of the Electronics and Communication, Dr. Bhunia, the Head of the Chemical Engineering Department, Dr. Prem Lal Bansal, the Head of the Civil Engineering Department, Dr. T.P. Singh, the Head of the Mechanical Engineering Department, Dr. R.S. Kaler, the Head of the Electrical and Instrumental Engineering Department, and also Mr. Bansal, the Assistant Registrar for this particular webinar. I'd like to put forward a special thanks to Dr. Maninder Singh, the Head of the Computer Science Department, who's been a wonderful host, answering most of the questions and giving us an insight about computer science, and again with all the panelists. So no webinar or a gathering would ever be successful without the core, that is you guys. So on behalf of Thapar, I'd like to thank all the attendees for making this webinar a success. We hope to see you or your ward at Thapar. Therefore, please stay safe and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dipto. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,